way, not only to finish the week strong, but transition into your weekend. An amazing opportunity. I love to use my weekends as opportunities to not only focus on a little bit of those side projects, but keep that needle moving forward towards your goals. Well, hey, I'm Sam, a personal trainer in the Round Rock area and nutrition coach. So today, my main focus is I want to talk about don't delay and start today and why that's important. Why not only delaying your goal is important, but making it starting and taking action ASAP. Because we're going to learn about an amazing thing. I haven't got to it yet. Start off with an amazing thing called the rule of diminishing intent. Yes, it's a thing that I have struggled with in many areas of my life. But first off, I want to talk about a story. I want to tell you a little story. So, as being a trainer, just here recently with Camp Gladiator, I think I can say I have been 2 years personal training, 3 years with Camp Gladiator, three, 4, 6 years a trainer. But I had an opportunity to be a trainer maybe 10 years ago. You see, a lot of my friends, training was always been a passion for me. Me and my friends, we'd always go to the gym after school. It was just, we would go to the gym earlier in the morning, and we'd go work out. I mean, in my era, when it comes to lifting weights, we had all the great bodybuilders. And the crazy thing is personal training to me now, I'm like, I can't see myself doing anything else. But at that time, when I had first started just trying to dabble in the fitness industry, me and my 4 friends were like, hey, we should all be personal trainers. This would be awesome. So what happened is, we all came up with this idea. They all ran home, found the first certification they could find, and got certified. Me, I was like, I'll wait till summer, right? So I was like, I'm waiting till summer. My friends are going through the books, talking about all the things that they're learning and how they can implement them, already looking at places to possibly work. Because we had a gym kind of close to our school. I think it was 24-hour fitness at the time. I don't know if those are still around, but that's kind of where I grew up. So it was kind of fast forward, summer hits. Everybody's, at that time, we're all in high school. We're looking for summer jobs, kind of make that summer cash over the summer, but I work too much. And my friends are like, you know what? Hey, let's go apply at that gym. And I'm like, just getting started, thinking about getting started. And the funny thing about I want to talk about how that rule of diminishing intent kind of hit me was so I had all the intentions of the world of becoming a trainer. But you notice my story, I waited. And when I waited, now I'm waiting here, what, 10 years or 10 years later, 10 years later, no, sorry, 16, yeah, 10 years later, I'm kind of at a point where I could have been a long time ago if I would have took action then. It's awesome because a lot of both of those 2 friends are actually still trainers right now. They're living in different cities, but it's awesome that we still have that same connection where they're still working in the gym, still working that fitness industry, the industry that they love and that we all fell in love with in high school. But I realized my journey was delayed by my indecisiveness. And when I learned about the law of diminishing intent, it really shocked me because I'm realizing that I believe in many areas, I know why, when I put things off, why it's so much harder to start again. And I want to talk about the reason why at that time, like, I'm a kid, I'm in high school. I was like, I have so much homework. Last thing I want to do is add another test on top of the test we're already doing, right? And maybe you find yourself like that. You're like, Sam, I want to make my fitness goals a reality. I'm looking for time right now. I feel like I don't have enough time right now. So I'm just going to wait till, summer hits or uh, after my kids' sports are over or I've, after I get this job promotion. And then when we get that promotion, when those sports end, when that time of availability comes up, that spark is gone. And maybe you're asking yourself, what? I mean, maybe I want you to think about the goals you possibly set for yourself at the beginning of this year. And maybe you thought like I did. I was like, I don't want to add anything more to my plate than I already have. And I found myself in other instances like, you know, I wanted to be a coach at a time, and I looked at the goal and thought it was too big. So I want to talk about when it comes to making that decision to take action, am I thinking that's too big for me? Because even at that time when I was in high school, I was like, I can't be a trainer. You want me to train people? Like, we've been working out in the gym, uh, working with each other, but I just thought too far ahead. I was like, it's going to be too hard. It's going to require too much time. But I didn't realize the first step that I could have easily taken was just to look into what that test entailed or just look into what it takes to get certified. Because it's not like they got certified in 1 month. They just had the book and slowly chipped away at it throughout the entire year. But see, I pushed it off till what 6 months later and wondering why that spark was gone. Right. So I want you to ask yourself, is my inaction holding me back? Because I've seen that happen multiple ways in my life. And then I realized there's actually a law. And the thing I love about laws, right? I mean, some laws, yes, they do change, but this law, I don't think it changes. The law of diminishing intent is one of those principles that if you don't take action, it'll lead to your inaction. And your inaction will lead to it never happening. So maybe you find yourself making those goals at the beginning of the year, or those promises to yourself, or those decisions to live an extraordinary lifestyle. But you continue to, like me, let inaction, let not making that decision hold me back. Now, the best thing about that is today, here, friends, is a new day. And with the power of this new day, you can make that next decision. You can make that next decision. You can make that action. You can change everything now. And the best part, it doesn't have to be big. See, at that time, I looked at it as being a mountain that I couldn't even scale because I couldn't see it for myself. It was something like, man, I didn't already like, I was like, I don't like school. Now I got to get a certification. I was thinking this mountain was so big, I decided not to even climb. Now, I want you to think about your goals. I want you to think about the things that you're trying to challenge yourself to grow in new ways. Are you building that mountain to be so big that you won't even climb? It's because in that industry, when it comes to fitness, in many ways, as we all know this, you don't go to the gym one time and get all your results, right? I mean, wouldn't it be nice though? Wouldn't it be nice if we could just all put a muscle suit on and one part of the gym, you're like, yes, instant muscle pill, but it doesn't work like that. Even if you like, people are like, oh, these bodybuilders, I mean, hey, these guys are still have to show up to the gym. Bodybuilders still have to show up to the gym. Nobody is immune to having to show up consistently and doing the work. You see, I looked at that mountain of being so big and looked at the work as something I couldn't do, but I realized it's just those little steps. See, I believe it. I know I saw myself setting goals so high that I didn't want to climb and then never taking that action so I could never get the results I was looking to desire. So I want to encourage you today here, friends, to make the decision, take that action, take that next bold move towards your goal. Take that next action. It doesn't have to be big. It can be small, but anything is better than nothing because if you don't, the delay comes in and it's a law. There's actually a law. When I saw that low, it's like every day that you don't take action, it gets lower. You see, I initially set that thing to be like 6 months out. So by the time it was time to take action, there was no momentum. You see, I believe this is kind of when you think about every day you make that decision, right? You don't take that action, one day it goes down lower. Next day, it goes a little bit lower. But every time you take that action, it immediately shoots it up. I believe every action gets us to that next level, whether it's big or small. Because I believe that with that law, it's technically, are you building momentum on your side? You see, I love to think about building that momentum on your side, because to build that momentum on your side, it's going to demand you make a decision, right? Because when you make that decision to push that momentum on your side, that's how you're going to achieve your goals. I know I found myself making it more difficult than it needed to be, but it's when you take that action that everything changes. So, all right, here, friends. Hey, this is Friday. I hope you make this your day, not only to grow, but to kind of reset those goals. Look at those things that you are looking to accomplish and realize that you can achieve anything you like if you're willing to work for it. All right, here, friends. Have an amazing weekend. Not only find some time for yourself, find some time for your family, find some time to keep the the needle moving forward towards your goal. Take care.